Are you looking to retire somewhere that feels like a hidden opportunity where you can stay active, live affordably, and be close to people you love? Well, today's episode is all about the options and opportunities here in Redding, California. Hey guys, my name is Faith Barrett, your local guide to everything here in Redding. Lately, I've been thinking about talking about what life looks like here if you're planning to retire. The majority of traffic we see coming into Redding is from people who want to stay in California but are looking for a change, and others moving back to be closer to family. We often see older folks wanting to be near their kids and grandkids, so I think that this video will be really helpful depending on where you are in life with retirement on the horizon. As always, I'll keep it honest and I'll give you some pros and cons in each category so you can make the best decision possible. So let's start out by talking why Redding could be the right spot for you if you're thinking about retiring here. Now, Redding is great for retirees who want to stay independent but enjoy a little bit of a slower pace of life. You've got access to stunning outdoor spots like Shasta Lake and the Sacramento River, which are perfect for hiking, fishing, or just getting outside. Plus, the cost of living here is much lower than in bigger cities like Sacramento or San Francisco, which really helps stretch your retirement budget. That said, summers here can get pretty hot, often over 100 degrees, which can be really challenging for those who don't do well in heat. But if you like heat, you'll love it here. And if you don't, you might want to test out a summer before making a big move. Now, while Redding has great healthcare options, which we'll dive into shortly, it's still a smaller, more rural area. So for specialized care, you might have to travel to larger cities, which could be an inconvenience to some, depending on your health needs. Overall, Redding offers a great balance of affordability, natural beauty, and a community, especially if you want to stay here in California. Now, let's move on to the housing opportunities. There are a decent number of 55 plus communities in our area, and today I'll be focusing more on independent living rather than assisted care. There are plenty of options from mobile home parks to gated communities with single families, and the four most well-known gated communities are the Vineyards, Shasta Hill Estates, Paris Park, and Tuscany Villas. Now, all of these communities have HOAs with fees that range from $180 to $350 a month, and the HOA typically covers a low-maintenance lifestyle, and most have pool areas, gated security, and a built-in social opportunities. Each community has its own feel in terms of home styles, upgrades, and layout, but I will say the Vineyards, for example, is a highly popular area due to its beautiful walking trails and peaceful atmosphere, complete with ponds at the center. You can find the Vineyards on the east side of Redding. Now, while these 55 plus communities offers a great mix of amenities and social opportunities, some retirees might need a bit more support while maintaining their independent lifestyle. That's where programs like Connected Living through Dignity Health can be a huge resource. They offer services to make life easier while staying in your own home. Some highlights include Meals on Wheels, which delivers nutritious meals to your door, and affordable senior transportation services, so you don't really have to worry about driving to appointments, grocery stores, or social outings. They also have a senior companionship program that pairs retirees with volunteers to assist with daily tasks or providing simple friendship. One thing to note is that programs like Connected Living are geared towards helping seniors age in place, so they don't really offer full-time care like assisted living facilities. But if you're mostly independent, it's a great way to stay connected and supported here in Redding. Speaking of healthcare, we have two major hospitals here, Mercy Medical Center and Shasta Regional. Both are located on the west side of Redding and are about 7 minutes apart. For veterans, there is actually a large VA clinic off of Airport Road, which has been a great resource for many vets in our area. However, as I mentioned earlier, if you're moving here, check the waitlist and the availability of specialists to ensure your transition in healthcare is smooth. Being a bit more rural, it may take some time to adjust to the services available compared to what you might be used to in a bigger city. And just to note, we do not have Kaiser hospitals here, which is a common question I get from people coming from a larger metro area. Moving on to recreational opportunities, which is a really big highlight for those wanting an active retirement. Redding has several great options. We have golf courses like Tierra Oaks, River Golf and Country, Gold Hills, Lake Redding, and so many more. The Redding Parks and Recreation Department also offers fitness fitness classes, walking groups, and pickleball courts, so there's no shortage of ways to stay active. I will say one of the most popular fitness centers is Sun Oaks, which is located on the east side of Reading, which has indoor and outdoor pools, tennis courts, pickleball, water aerobics, and more. Lastly, let's talk about the day-to-day lifestyle in Reading. Since it is a smaller area, you will find that you can get from one side of town to the other in about 15 minutes. We don't have really much traffic here, so people really enjoy the easy commutes and the accessibilities to grocery stores, healthcare center, and our little airport. Now, while we get plenty of sunshine here, the summer heat and fire season can be a lot to handle for any newcomer. I've lived here my whole life, and I will say that Reading has more of a drier heat, meaning we don't have a ton of humidity, which can feel a little bit better and more bearable for some. One more thing I want to touch on if you are over 55 and considering moving here is Proposition 19, which is in California. Now, I am not a tax professional, so I recommend you seeking specific advice for your situation, but here's a general overview. Prop 19 passed in 2020, and it provides a significant benefit for homeowners, especially retirees. It allows those over 55 to transfer the property tax base from their current home to a new one anywhere in California. So for example, if you've lived in your home in the Bay Area for 20 years, you're likely paying taxes based on that home's value from 2 decades ago. But with Prop 19, when you sell that home and buy a new one in Reading, you can transfer that lowered tax basis to your new property instead of being taxed at today's market value. However, keep in mind that you can use this benefit up to 3 times in your lifetime, and it applies whether you move to a home of lesser, equal, or even greater value. Now, if the new home is more expensive, there will be some adjustments to your taxes. So lots to consider in this episode, especially if you or a loved one is thinking about retiring here. I truly love helping people not only find a home, but also a community to thrive in. I'd love to be a continued resource for you, so hit that subscribe button, connect with me through the links below if you need more information about our area, and as always, we'll catch you on next week's episode.